Travis, it seems like you're getting pretty good at putting on festivals. Can you tell us about Back to the Beach?
You know, this was a moment in time, I don't know, however many years ago, like 12 to 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, where this scene was just on fire in Orange County. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of it, playing in the Aquabats. And this festival is kind of going back in time, and all these same bands are a part of this. It's really cool. But that kind of scene seemed like it just stopped, like came to a grinding halt. So to see it, you know, kind of like reinvented now in the resurgence of ska music with bands like the Interrupters, it's really, really exciting. And who would have thought there'd be almost 25,000 people here? It's wild over the 2 days.
I was going to say, the vibe here is incredible. I wanted to ask you, what is more satisfying to you lately besides a Blink project featuring on a song, or what are the various project fans you?
Oh, did you say outside of Blink?
Yeah.
I think it'd probably be like doing a lot of production and playing drums on a lot of hip-hop projects. Like most of the time when I'm not playing in Blink, I'm doing hip-hop projects. Like I was just in with Uno the Activist, Greedo, who's from LA, a lot of different people. I've almost finished up my album that has Run the Jewels on it, YG, J305, Wiz Khalifa, a ton of people on it. So I really love that. I grew up listening to rap music just like I did punk rock music or jazz music, everything. I was always kind of what I call happily confused. I liked everything, you know?
I like that. You said your album is coming. When is it coming out?
I don't know. You'll probably see a first single released within like the next month.
Exciting.
Yeah.
When you take on a project like Goldfinger or Yellow Wolf, what attracts you to these kind of projects?
Yellow Wolf is like a brother to me. He's like one of my dearest friends, and I always loved him because he was doing something a little left of everybody else. There was a lot of white rappers, and he was, like, skill-wise, one of the best ever. And he had like his own style coming from Alabama and being from the South, and he mixed up, you know, like tempos. He was just really different. That's what I loved about him, and we instantly connected when we first met.
Oh my God, here comes Billy again with Travis Barker, Jay and Silent Bob. Hiya, Mom, Papa's got another chopper, high as a helicopter, sitting on the porch with a simple torch, shaking his head. Flocka, sorry, that's six-pack daddy. I know before you left, you told me not to, but I said fuck it, kick the bucket and drink them all.
Goldfinger, I grew up touring with them in the Aquabats, and John Feldman would always, you know, say, come up and play a song, come do this. Years later, we live miles from each other, and I'll go over on a weekly basis and play on somebody's album. He'll be like, hey, I need a drummer, come play on this real quick. Okay. So actually the Goldfinger album, I wasn't even aware I was recording a Goldfinger album. He just said, hey, sit down, I got something to play for you. And he said, just play to it. So whatever, 2 hours later, I had recorded a Goldfinger album.
There it was.
Yeah, there it was.
So are you a workaholic, or are you just on demand all the time?
I am a workaholic. I find that when I'm not busy, I create work for myself and make myself busy, but I like being productive. It feels good, just always being, I guess being creative makes me feel good. I like always kind of creating something or building something.
So a lot of people tend to know you're vegan, but I don't know if a lot of people know that you have a vegan restaurant. So you also have a vegan restaurant, correct?
Yes, I've been vegan since 2009. I've been vegetarian since I was 13 years old, and I have a vegan plant-based restaurant called Crossroads Kitchen in Los Angeles with a chef named Tal Ronan, who's like, he's also a punk rocker and grew up, you know, in like the hardcore scene in New York. I met him at a Bad Brains show, and he pitched me the idea for Crossroads, and pretty much him pitching it at a Bad Brains show and me knowing how great of a chef he was, I was sold. I was like, whatever it is, I got you. I'll invest in it.
It seems like you tend to find yourself in these moments and then suddenly things happen.
Yeah, you know, I always trust my gut, and I'm involved with things I believe in. I believe in a plant-based diet, and I believe, like, you know, like the benefits of it. And Tal Ronan is one of the best chefs in the world. He was like a personal chef to Ellen and Oprah and Bill Clinton. So I just see like him, like this little punk rock kid from New York doing so well, and I just want to help him out however I can.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? I have this band called the Fever 333, and their album comes out, I believe, later on this year. Their EP just came out right now. It's called Made in America. They have a single called We're Coming In, so that just came out. So I'm finishing that, and I'm working with this other artist named Paris, who's on tour with Post Malone and 21 Savage right now. He's really, really awesome. His EP just came out. Hey, what's up? I'm Travis Barker. Let's get buzzed.